Voters are casting their ballots throughout the Netherlands in one of the most unpredictable elections in years. The vote comes just 16 months after the last general election, following the collapse of Prime Minister Dick Schoof's fragile coalition, which included a 3-month-old party. And yes, those are church bells. Now, this snap election was called after the far-right Party for Freedom, or PVV, led by Geert Wilders, pulled its support from the coalition government, triggering its collapse. Immigration, housing, and political trust are at the heart of this campaign. But today, many here ask the same question: who can actually govern the Netherlands next? Voters must choose amongst more than 24 parties, with many wondering if any of them can build a stable coalition in an increasingly fragmented parliament.
Yes, I am a professor at the Han University of Applied Sciences.
But today you're a voter.
Yes, I am. I'm doing my civic duty, and with pleasure.
How do you feel about this snap election? What are your thoughts on it?
I think it's good that we have one now, because the government wasn't doing too well, and there's pressing problems in the world, and we need a government that actually can act and has a coherent, visionary policy.
What are the key problems you think facing the Netherlands right now?
The Netherlands and the world is climate change. That's the key issue that's driving all of us. And then, of course, the geopolitical unrest that there is. We need to innovate, finally, as a society. We need to reinvent ourselves. And we need new political parties with ideas to do that. And that's why it's good that there is an election day.
This country has a history of taking a long time to form a government. It's always it seems to be a coalition government. If you were to put on your predicting hat, your analyst hat, looking into the future, what do you think will be the outcome here?
Well, that's a huge, big question. I don't know. I'm hoping for a swift government. We need one fast, and I'm confident that the main parties will do so. It will also be a test. Are they really true leaders, or do they get back to their provincial squabbles? I hope the former.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome.
Henk van der Kolk, electoral politics professor at the University of Amsterdam, says the PVV was the big winner in 2023 and formed a right-wing coalition thanks to its platform of reducing the influx of asylum seekers. But the path forward proved to be very difficult for Wilders.
But then in that year that they tried to govern, they were unable to do anything about asylum seekers, but also all kinds of other problems were postponed, and they were unable to find common ground. And that eventually led to Geert Wilders to withdraw his support from the coalition and to leave the government. But he was not punished for that, which is normally the case, so he's still a very strong competitor. But all the other parties now refuse to collaborate with him.
At stake tonight, not just who will lead the next Dutch government, but what direction this founding EU and NATO member will take. Immigration remains a powerful undercurrent, yet housing shortages, healthcare, and the cost of living have risen sharply in voters' minds. It's election day. How do you feel?
Actually great. It's a privilege that we can vote, and we have a lot of parties. So, yeah, there's something to choose, and I'm proud to vote.
The fact that there's a snap election, just, 18 months after the last one?
Oh, yeah, I think so. It was a terrible government who is now in charge.
What are you hoping the outcome will be?
Another government, more left, and not extreme right. So I hope it will change, or more in the middle, but not the extreme parties.
I'm going to ask you the question again.
Yeah.
What do you hope to see as far as an outcome is concerned?
I hope it will be a different government, more left or in the middle, and not the more extreme parties that are now in charge in the government.
What is your top priority? What preoccupies you as far as issues are concerned?
Okay, housing, of course. Um, yeah, Europe and the wars here, that frightens me, and some part a little bit migration, but not that extreme. I'm not, because I'm more left. But that are the main topics for me. But housing is really a problem, and not just for the younger people, but also I'm elder. I have a big house on my own. I want to move, but there is nothing. So, not only look at the younger people, but also at the elder people. But we have to build a lot of houses, and we have a small country, so there's not much space. That's it.
Dankjewel. That was excellent. Thank you so
okay.
much. While there has been a lot of drama leading up to today's election, Professor van der Kolk says this is just the beginning.
We'll probably have four parties that have to collaborate in the next government. One of these parties explicitly said they do not want to collaborate with one of the other parties. So the right-wing Liberal Party refused to collaborate with the Social Democrats. And they will be forced to collaborate with that party to form a majority coalition. So that will then be the real drama, that the right-wing Liberal Party is forced to say, okay, in the end, for the good of the country, we are going to abandon our promise during the campaign, which is we are never going to collaborate with the Social Democrats. And we are giving in, and we are now forming a coalition with that party that we rejected during the campaign. So that's the real drama that's going to happen in the upcoming months.
After the 2023 election, it took more than 7 months to form the government. In the election before that, voters had to wait almost 10 months for a coalition to come together. Observers across Europe and around the world are watching these developments very closely. Another far-right breakthrough could reverberate through Brussels, while a centrist or left-green comeback could lead to stronger EU cooperation. Polling stations close at 9 p.m. local time, with first exit polls expected shortly thereafter. But the real outcome, who will govern and with whom, will definitely take a lot longer to unfold. And judging by the latest polls, it is going to be a very tight race. Reporting from Arnhem, Netherlands, I'm Anita Sharma for A News.